What's up, everybody? Good morning, or good kind of morning. It's 10 o'clock in California. It's 10 o'clock on the West Coast. I'm your host, John Browner. This is the John Browner Podcast. We come to you every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. to 11, or more likely when we finish up the show. Not a lot, but a couple of interesting topics on today's podcast. We're talking about why are so many people mad, and why it's important to let things die. That's me. I'm John Browner. I'm your host of this show. We do this, like I said, every day. But most importantly, what we always try to encourage everybody to do is join the JBP. Become a member of the John Browner Podcast by going to YouTube and subscribing to the show. We're on the road to 500. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers so we can then monetize the show. So I can stop paying for the show out of my pocket, because that's that's how you have to do things when you start them up. Scared money don't make money. You miss every shot you don't take. Cliche. Subscribe to the podcast. I'll talk about this later in the show as well. But that's how we are trying to continue to grow the show. I appreciate everyone who has been a part of this so far, whether you were at the march to 300 or you're on the road to 500. No matter what, I appreciate you. Continue to grind with the show. Shout out to the chat pack. Baby. You already know Sandra Bullock in the building. Love me some Sandra Bullock. Shout out. There's a couple of things coming up in association with the show, in association with myself. First and foremost, I want to tell everybody about Comedy for a Cause, which is tonight. Tonight, I am doing stand-up at Comedy for a Cause. This group puts on comedy shows to build homes in Baja, California. This particular home will be built in Baja, Mexico. The event starts tonight at 6 o'clock. It's 4250 Marino Boulevard, Suite E. Holla at me in the link. I will drop the link on you if you want it in the comments. And try to do as best we can to raise money for people who need it and to build some homes for people who need it. It's always good when you can, help folks who are less fortunate. We're not asking you to build a home because, I'm not going to pick up no hammer and build no home, even though I think I could because I got YouTube. But most importantly, just giving back to people who need help. So if you can, awesome. If you can't make it, great. It's all good. You're here. And let's get the show started. Now, let's start here. Oh, and by the way, if you want to reach the show in any way, if you want to communicate with the show, let me take this down. Head over to the John Browner Podcast. Email us the John Browner Podcast at gmail.com. That's how you speak to the show in long form. That's how you talk to me in long form. Talk to me nice, long form. All right. Now let's get to this. Let's start here. I am 53. What's good, people? What's good in the chat pack? I'm 40. I said I'm 53. That's wild. I am 45 years old. I will tell you, yesterday I experienced something, not for the first time, but for the first time at 45. So yesterday, I fell. Okay? And not like some egregious fall, like I fell off a bike, because I've done that before, or falling off one of these like electrical scooters, because I've fallen off of those before too. By the way, all those falls, or those two previous falls, drunk, 2, 3 in the morning. When I fell off the scooter, it was the worst. I still have the scar. Where is it? Which arm is it? This one right here. This bad boy right here. I didn't get that doing anything cool. I literally got that drunk in North Park at 3 a.m. I was eating a burrito on a scooter, going home, and tried to answer my phone, because that's how drunk I was. tried to answer my phone while holding and eating a burrito on a scooter. And that's how I earned this. I absolutely earned this bad boy. Okay, so that was a while ago. That was a long while ago. Now, yesterday, I'm getting out of the pool. And I'm holding my son, and I'm not really paying attention to the steps because I'm more concentrated on holding my kid getting out of the pool. And I don't know if the step decreased or I missed it. But when I tell you I got out of that pool holding my son and the ship be sinking, I started going down. And those of you who know me, I'm not a tiny guy. I'm thin, but I'm tall thin. I'm 6'7". So every inch of me getting out of this pool is going down. Okay? When I tell you going down, I'm going down. And I got to obviously save the child. Okay? Save the cheerleader, save the world. Rest in peace, Hayden Panettiere. So as I'm going down, I, barrel roll, boom, to keep the kid in the air, but for the body to just absorb all the hits. And again, I played sports my entire life. I was an active child. I've fallen a lot in my life, but all for recreational purposes. This was a parenting save. So bang, 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 as I'm holding the baby up. When I tell you this morning, that happened around 3:30 yesterday, maybe 4 o'clock, somewhere in there. When I tell you, I woke up this morning and couldn't move multiple limbs because of this tiny fall. It wasn't again, I'm telling you, it wasn't a big fall. It was a tiny fall. I was in so much pain when I woke up this morning. I thought I played in a preseason game. My elbow, this elbow, look, there's no scars. There's no scar. There's no scar. This elbow feels like I need Tommy John. The structural damage that has occurred in this elbow because I fell down getting out of a pool is embarrassing. Lots of pain. Knee, lots of pain. Just rough. So getting old needs to be done cautiously, people. At 45, I now know no more falls. No more falls. Again, it wasn't like I crashed to the ground. It wasn't like I went crashing to the ground. I simply fell. like a super tiny fall. Getting out of a pool. Like the objective was to not let the 7-month-old hit the ground. That was the main objective. And so objective achieved. Now let me tell you, I'm terrified of a real fall now. Holy shit. I woke up and it was like, oh. Like, hold on, man. I got old this morning in real time. I got hurt. I got old literally this morning in real time. Like I felt myself aging. Oh, did you hear that pop? Wait, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, wait, it's gone. It just popped. It literally just popped. I don't know if y'all heard it. So yeah, man. I got older this morning in real time. I felt my age. For the first time in my life, I felt 45. Literally. For the first time in my life, I genuinely felt 45 because I don't feel 45. I don't behave 45. I'm very active. I still run. I still, play with my kids. I still try to, get out and play some type of active sport. I'm a big time exerciser. So I don't feel that my body doesn't feel like, it's starting to tap out until this morning. Tiny fall, man. Tiny fall. Okay. Now, the only time I've ever really felt this bad, but that was more from an exhaustion period. I felt after the marathon, after I ran, not the Vegas marathon, the half one, I was lit after that. I'm like, point me to the club. I'm finna tear this burger up. When I ran the half marathon here in San Diego, I was looking for a hospital bed. Okay? I was looking for somebody, anybody, please help me. The idea that the runner's high is a real thing, it ain't when you stop. Okay? It ain't the next day. That was the last time I really felt like what? But that was the cause. I just ran a half marathon for the first time in my life. I was like, yo, I earned this pain. I get it. Ow. As my big toe, as my toenail peeled off like a Lay's potato chip. Too graphic, I know. But the fall yesterday literally let me know, buddy, you're getting too old for this. And like being tall and falling is not like being 5'7" and falling. Being 6'7" and falling, you are falling, and it takes a second. You don't go down quick. So I figured I'd start there because we share things on this show. We share things in this space. This is a safe space to speak about embarrassment. So my bad, y'all. Your boy went to the ground. Your boy went to the ground. Positive coach said, let me see. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. The bigger they are, the harder they. Yeah. That's more true now than ever to me, man. I thought that was just like some cliche. No, buddy, that's real. Positive coach says, I'm playing fast pitch baseball at 55 years old. Let's go. And set a base stealing record over 2 seasons, 49 for 49. Never been thrown out. Boom. Boy, you're going to throw your back out. Boom. But you're going to throw your calf out. Boom. That sniper going to get that hammy one day. Boom. But continue to steal bases. Do it until you can't. Shout out to 55 and alive. Shout out to 55 and alive. Oh, man. So I just wanted to start there, y'all. I really just wanted to start there because I had to share that story because that was rough. That was rough, bro. Hitting that ground and waking up this morning. Woo-wee. Not my best moment. But let's dive into some sports. And again, as always, this is the John Browner Podcast. We do this Monday through Friday. I'd like for everybody to subscribe via YouTube, like the show as well while you're there. That's the way we get in the algorithm. That's the way we help the show grow. That's the way we help this thing move forward. And I'm trying to move this thing forward to greener and higher pastures. And we're going to do that. And we're going to continue to build this thing up. So let's do so. Because, by the way, I know you guys heard the announcement, but I'm going to say it again. Your boy back on TV. On Monday, I will be on Sports Grid, which is available to, I think, millions of people. Or I think it's like, I think the number's in the millions of households. So I'm on your TV again, bruh. I'm on your TV again, bruh. Me and Grant Mona as the Sporting Tribune today, 2 times a day, 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. here on California time. So be sure to tune in. You ain't got to watch it. DVR it for your boy. DVR. Let them know y'all out there watching and listening to us. DVR the show. And let's make that show the #1 show on Sports Grid. Because we're going to have a lot of entertaining guests. We're going to have a lot of fun on the show. Y'all already know how I get down. So, big ups to your boy for being back on the tube. Let me see. Biggie says, dude, you're still young and waiting You're at my age, 58. Wake up hurting in places you didn't know you had. Ooh, yeah, I hear about that all the time. Waking up tired is supposed to be a good night's sleep, and I'm not peeing at all. What up? What up, Coach? We talked about tonight comedy for a cause. We gave that plug. Again, comedy for a cause tonight, 6 to 9 p.m. Still opportunity to get in the door. Come have some fun with your boy. Tell some jokes. Listen, people, it's direct TV. It's if you bought a television in the last 5 years, I'm on your television starting Monday. Where it be Prime, Amazon and Prime are the same thing. Hulu TV, all YouTube TV. Your boy's on YouTube TV now. Now you gotta buy the pack, you gotta buy the sports package, but I'm on YouTube TV. That's how you know it's real. So holler at me on Sports Grid with the Sporting Tribune as I continue to try to, branch out. Now, wait, which one I'm gonna do? Let's do this one. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about letting things die. Let's talk about letting things die. You may have, and by the way, I'm going to get to this Yu Darvish post. Yu Darvish posted about his 40th birthday today. I think this is today. I think he did this today about turning 40. He's working out at a bullpen session. Yeah, this was yesterday. Okay. This was posted yesterday of Yu Darvish thanking people on his 40th birthday. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We got to let some things die. What am I talking about, you may ask? No, I'm not talking about Yu Darvish's pitching career for the Padres. I hope that stays strong. Let's try this. The Pro Bowl was announced that it will no longer be played. That's good news. When no one wants to see a product, you don't have to keep offering it to them. When no one wants to participate in a game, you don't have to play it. The decline of the Pro Bowl is one of the major factors of if, I don't think it will, but if football ever fails in this country, watch the story of what happened to the Pro Bowl, and you will find everything you need to know about why football failed in this country, whether it be 10 years from now or 50 years from now. If football ever dies in America, you will be able to go back and visit 2026, August 25th, when the Pro Bowl was announced to no longer be played. Because the trajectory on the death of the Pro Bowl began a long time ago, and it gradually died, slowly and slowly and slowly. So this idea that guys didn't want to play anymore, or guys didn't want to show up, or guys didn't want to be a part of it, it kept picking up and picking up and picking up to the point where last year, Shedeur Sanders was a Pro Bowler. We all know he didn't have Pro Bowl stats, but he was like the 7th alternate, which means no one wanted to go, but everybody got the accolade of being called a Pro Bowler. The NFL canceled the game because they get it. They see that the product is declining, and it's better to kill a declining product than to continue to toss it out there. Which leads me to other things that it is time that we let that die. It's time we let the NBA All-Star Game die. It's time we let NBA All-Star Weekend as a whole, let it die. The players don't care about the game. You have better dunks in this Dunk Man show that Shaquille O'Neal is doing than you do in the actual NBA dunk contest, which was once the staple of the weekend. The three-point contest has now surpassed the dunk contest, and the three-point contest is just guys shooting threes. No athletic feat, just a slight show of skill. It's time that we allow these things to die. Nothing's going to happen to the sport if you let the NBA All-Star Weekend die? Nothing. Basketball will still continue. The NFL will not lose popularity because you're playing a game that really nobody was watching, and everybody watches anything that happens in the NFL. The NFL Pro Bowl, the ratings were higher than some NBA first round playoff games. So it's not like people weren't watching, but the product had become so unwatchable. Why put it on? The cost to the owners to put the Pro Bowl on, why waste the money? And that's really why I think it ended. Letting the Pro Bowl die was the best thing that you could do for the sport. I was at the Super Bowl last year in the building where the Pro Bowl happened and had no idea the Pro Bowl was happening. It was literally 200 yards from where I was sitting at Radio Row. It had no idea. No one was talking about it. The players weren't walking around interviewing people. The NFL didn't have any representatives talking about the Pro Bowl and who was in it and, hey, guys, come watch it. The NBA All-Star Game needs to follow suit. The guys don't want to play in it. And this is, by the way, this is an indictment on the players not taking care of their own game. B. Thompson says the NBA All-Star Game is only for women trying to tie down the baller. That's the only All-Star. That's the only All-Star performances you see during All-Star Weekend is the amount of women who come out of nowhere to a city that they have no business in wearing something that, is it not a swimsuit or is it an outfit? I've seen some scandalous behavior at some NBA All-Star weekends. And that's what the guy who I was walking around with wasn't a superstar. Just wanted to go. Just wanted to check it out. In the league, new around the league, not an all-star, not a high-level player, just a player. And when I tell you the scraps you can get, oh, buddy. So the only thing the All-Star Game now is bringing in is alimony checks 3 or 4 years from now. The only thing the All-Star Game and the NBA is creating at this point is child support checks a year and a half from now. That's it. The only All-Stars coming out 9 months later. The best performances on NBA All-Star Weekend occur after 2 a.m. Get rid of it. Absolutely get rid of it. The dunk contest, get rid of it. The three-point contest, get rid of it. Now, can you bring these things back? Of course you can. You can always bring them back. You can always go home, they say. But right now, there's no energy behind it. There's nobody participating in a dunk contest that you want to see. The last time we saw anybody really go head-to-head in the dunk contest was Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. Twice. I think it was twice. Oh, no. Aaron Gordon got robbed once. So to me, this idea that this is more of a convention now than it is an actual feat of athleticism. Let it die. The home run derby, let it die. When was the last time you watched a home run derby? If you can't get guys you recognize to compete in the home run derby, why have it? Like this is one of the things that I taught. This is one of the things that drives me crazy about this. Excuseless, what it do? Says McClung is miles ahead and he can't even get a roster spot. Exactly. Mac McClung is a G League superstar who can't even become the 12th man on your local NBA team because the NBA, it's hard making the NBA. Matt McClung is a white guy who's winning dunk contests, and he can't crack a roster. See, now we have someone who wants to keep the home. Again, James Newell says home run derbies are still lit. Okay, so we got someone who loves the home run derby. Good. But when was the last time you saw Affy as well? Affy says he likes the home run derby. It's dope. When was the last time you saw someone compete in a home run derby that you recognized as a baseball fan, as a novice baseball fan? When was the last time you saw? I think the last person who I saw was the guy who Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber was the last real big name, but that was only because it was in Philly. Bryce Harper only participated half-heartedly, by the way, because it was in Philly. Pete Alonso's not a star. But this is what I'm saying. If you can't get Schwarber I would say Schwarber is a star. I mean, personally, I wouldn't say Pete Alonso is a star. I'm talking about, can you get the Tatises in this thing? Can you get the Pete Crow Armstrongs in this thing? Can you get Mike Trout back might snap in half, but you understand the people that I want to see in the home run derby. That's how you get people to the television. Yeah, you can have a couple nondescript power. Like James Woods should have been in a home run derby. Young guy, a lot of power, needs the exposure. That's what the home run derby should be. A mix of young guys who have power that you want to showcase on your all-star weekend, and guys who people know that can get folks to the television to introduce you to the young guys. I'm glad y'all like the home run derby because I don't. And maybe it's just me then. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me that doesn't like the home run derby. And maybe I'm off base on this one. And that could be true. But the NBA All-Star Game, I'm not. The Pro Bowl, nobody is because it's dead. At this point, becoming a Pro Bowler, becoming an NBA All-Star is more contractually beneficial for you than it is anything else. And I guarantee you, this is why the owners also are in favor of getting rid of the Pro Bowl. Because now we can take that out the contract. That's another 100,000, 500,000, $1 million in some cases. WVC Smirk says, Merrill's got to lock in so he can be one of them. Absolutely. I would love to see Jackson Merrill in the home run derby. That's all. I would love to have Jackson Merrill put his name in the home run derby. Be present, be active, become a well-known baseball player. We need that. He needs that. But when was the last time you watched a home run derby and a guy you knew, a household name, a Ohtani level guy, got up there smashing home runs? When? Biggie has it right. Barry Bonds, Barry Lamar Bonds, King Griffey Jr., Mark McGwire, Jose Canseco. Those, like the guy, like Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins. Well, let me back up. Dr. J, Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins put the NBA All-Star dunk contest literally on the map. Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins going at it in a dunk contest. And then the year Jordan couldn't go in the dunk contest, and Dominique Wilkins dominated the contest. At the same time, a man by the name of Kenny Skywalker competed in a dunk contest. Didn't beat Dominique. Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady. Those are guys who carried the torch and relit the dunk contest. The fact that LeBron never entered the dunk contest always never sat right with me. And LeBron's been a great steward for the game. LeBron James has been a great ambassador for basketball. The biggest hole that he has, as far as I'm saying, is in his resume as, oh, I'm better than Michael Jordan. And this is not a debate for me. I'm just mentioning this as a point. He never had the balls to get in the dunk contest. Every year around the dunk contest, he would throw out these practice dunks where he's throwing the ball off, like shit you can't do in the dunk contest. Throwing the ball off the wall, catching it, windmilling, boom. But never had the balls to actually get in the competition. Because the fierce level of killer only exists in guys. Like, you may not like Vince Carter, and Vince Carter may have never won, but Vince Carter competed. Vince Carter Vince Carter will live forever because of the dunk contest. Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter had one of the great dunk contest battles ever. Vince Carter got his name as the greatest dunker in NBA history because of the dunk contest. And now when you look at the dunk contest, it's just literally, it has no zip. It's over. Let it die. The game, the All-Star game, the last monumental moment I remember in the All-Star game, truly, where were you when this happened, was when Magic Johnson came back from HIV in the All-Star game. And at the end of the game, it was him and Jordan one-on-one. It was him and Isaiah one-on-one, going back and forth. Bang, bang, bang. I get chills right now talking about that. I still remember that moment from the All-Star game. And the next moment I remember from the All-Star game is when Michael Jordan's last All-Star game against Kobe Bryant. Or what? Maybe it wasn't his last. Yeah. When he was on the Wizards against Kobe Bryant. That's the last one I got. And that don't even have the same energy. Because the first time Kobe was in the All-Star game against Michael Jordan, that had more energy. Those are my memories from the All-Star game. Now the thing is, wait, what's happening in the third quarter? Why are there 3 teams? Like, when you got to start massaging this format around to liven it up like a 40-year marriage, and she got to wear some lingerie, and you got to, take a dick pill, it might be time to chill. Okay? The dunk contest need a dick pill that they don't offer. Okay? The dunk contest needs some Cialis. The dunk contest needs some Blue Chew. Okay? The dunk contest needs some Blue Chew, my boy. Okay? Some hymns. What's that? Yeah. There you go, JD. Yeah. The dunk contest needs some hymns, boy. Because it's over, man. You can't get it up no more. The Pro Bowl, they needed some Blue Chew. They needed some hymns. And Roger Goodell said, nah, you know what? We just go call it a day, man. We're going to call this a day. It's over with. I love you, girl, but I just, I ain't got it like I used to. So let it die, man. Let it die. It's okay. It's okay. You're listening to the John Browner Podcast. I'm John Browner. I come Monday through Friday. Subscribe to the show. Trying to continue to grow the show. Trying to continue to grow the base of the show. Trying to get to 500 subscribers. We're on the road to 500. A lot of y'all were with me on the march to 300. Now a lot of y'all are with me on the road to 500. I appreciate every one of y'all. So let's keep grinding. Let's get there, man. Let's get there. What else we got? Let me see. I got another thing I want to get to on the show. Also, I don't know how controversial this is, but this has become a thing. So Caleb Williams is a very interesting figure. I don't know if Caleb Williams is interesting because of the play last year. I don't know if Caleb Williams is interesting because the controversy that he creates, like the whole nail polish thing that got everybody upset. The Chicago Bears, I talked about this yesterday, how I hated the jerseys, but they unveiled their new rivalry jerseys. And to do that, they did a photo shoot. And then in this photo shoot, you got this picture. Now, I got to be honest with y'all. From the pictures that I saw, people's response to this, some of the AI pictures that are floating around about Caleb Williams after this pose, it tells me way more about you than it does him. Caleb Williams is fighting the zesty charges left and right. A lot of it stems from the is that the bear pose? See, here we go. Here we go. A lot of this stems from the fingernail polish. Some of it may stem from him crying in the stands at USC with his mom, but grow up. If you are upset with this picture, if this picture bothered you, which then led you to go on the internet, he does look like a Hims ad. This led you to go on the internet and then type into AI, make this picture open its legs. You might be zesty, bro. You might be questionable. You might be a nail painter and you not know it. If you go to the artificial intelligence and say, make this man in this picture put his legs above his head, bro, you working out some fantasies on your own, bro. You shouldn't be posting those. If you told the AI, put Caleb Williams doggy style, bro, you got some problems with you, my boy. You got some problems. Some of the creations I've seen because of this picture with AI, buddy, you telling on yourself. If you told the AI, as Excuseless says, have Caleb Williams go spread eagle, bro, you got some male fantasies you need to talk to a therapist about. Because why would you want to see that? Huh? So you sat down, you the tough guy, you the alpha male, sat at your computer and typed in Caleb Williams spread eagle. And he the zesty one? Come on, dog. Come on, man. Hey, man. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Look at David P. David P says, your algorithm is sus if you're getting AI videos like that, bro. As Technology says, JB, you seem to know a lot about this. I'm a Chicago Bears fan. I host multiple sports shows. I see all types of content. And when I saw this scrolling across my feed because Caleb Williams is my quarterback, yeah, I saw it. Yes, it came across my feed. But, buddy, I guarantee you I didn't type, hey, AI, make him spread eagle. Hey, AI, put him down in doggy style. I guarantee you I didn't say, hey, AI, put him down like a 2 Live Crew video, face down, ass up. Wasn't me, buddy. I can promise you that. That's all. But it's something about this guy, man, that it press people's manhood buttons. I've always felt like if you look at another man and you start talking about his sexuality, that might be a problem with your sexuality. And I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, you said Tatis was gay. You said Tatis be doing some suspect. Y'all seen him dancing too. Don't just put this on me. This is just a picture. It's just a picture. Ain't no. My point being this, because I know one of y'all gonna bring that up, and so I figured I'd beat y'all to the punch because I know where y'all go with these kind of things. That's what happened when you've been around since the March to 300, and even days older than that. So look, man, if you told AI to make Caleb Williams do something suspect, buddy, you might be suspect. That's all. If you mad about this man painting his nails, I'm more mad that they didn't beat the Rams in the playoffs. So we both mad, but we mad about separate things about the same person. And to me, that's why I honestly believe whatever it is, this guy's got it. He provokes some form of reaction from you, regardless of what he does. Again, and what he does doesn't hurt anybody. He's not getting DUIs. He's not getting domestic violence situations put on him. The man just being himself. And if this who he is, and who he is triggers some portion of you who you are, there you have it, my boy. There you have it. Hold on, I'm getting a text message. I got too many kids. I gotta look at it. All right. So that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Bear with me. Get it? See what I did there? I'm a Caleb Williams guy, man. Dude's a superstar. Dude's a legit superstar. I think we're going to see more to come from him, whether you like it or not. Biggie says, yeah, too many people have way too much time on their hands now. Come on. Yeah, man, the fact that y'all, whoever you are, whoever did it, it says make him a spread eagle. Fam. For real? For some clicks on the internet, you finna expose your personal life like that? Tough guy, alpha male, couldn't be the ones. Them be the ones. Graham, how dare you, Graham? Graham, how dare you, superstar? Sounds kind of biased. Graham, what are you talking? He's on the cover of Madden, buddy. Huh? 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 Graham, you don't think Caleb Williams is a superstar? Wow. Shout out to Ava Bot. Ava Bot has transported herself to YouTube. Yo, what up, Ava Bot? I see you. Wow. Yeah, listen. Where is it? Hold on, let me see. There you go, right here. Green Bay Graham. GBG. Oh, Green Bay Graham in the building, y'all. Green Bay Graham has checked in. Graham, you sound crazy, dog. You sound crazy, Graham. Caleb Williams isn't a superstar? That makes you a superstar being on the cover of a video game. JD says, let's see him have another good season before we label him a superstar. He's on his way. Okay, JD. He's on his way, so I won't dive into what you said. But Graham says, what has he won? Okay, Graham. Would you say Josh Allen is a superstar? Because I would. He's been on the cover of Madden, and he hasn't won anything. Would you say Lamar Jackson is a superstar? He's been on the cover of Madden. He hasn't won anything. Well, if by won anything, you mean Super Bowls. Because Lamar Jackson is a two-time MVP and a Heisman Trophy Award winner. Caleb Williams also a Heisman Trophy winner, and going into his third year in the league, will get MVP nominations by the end of the season. Brown fact. Brown fact. Caleb Williams, Michael Pennis says, Heisman, number one pick, Bears relevant for the first time in years. Don't got to like him, but definitely a superstar in the NFL. Exactly. So, to me, he's a superstar in my book. I put him in there with the Lamar Jacksons. I put him in there with the Josh Allens. Now, Patrick Mahomes is a different level. Way, way different level. I'm not saying that he's there, but I'm saying the boy's got ads everywhere. The boy's on the cover of video games. Name a superstar I think there's only been one superstar to not be a superstar, but grace the cover of Madden, and that was that Browns running back. James Newell says, drafted Caleb Williams in my fantasy league, so he's a superstar. There you go. He hasn't been in the league long enough to be considered a superstar, but you're a Bears fan, so of course you think that. Okay, Graham. Let me ask you a question, Graham. Is CJ Stroud a superstar? Is Justin Herbert a superstar, Graham? Is the Madden cover still a thing, JD? Absolutely, the Madden cover is still a thing. Hell yeah. Madden still sells hundreds of millions of copies. The Madden franchise has kept EA Sports alive and well for 25 years. So, yeah. Wait, hold on. Madison might be a 9. Who's Madison? Are we going back to yesterday? My whole point being this. I think Caleb Williams is a superstar. I'm on board. Lots of other people feel that way. It doesn't shock me that Graham doesn't believe that he's a superstar either. Maybe Graham needs you to win a Super Bowl to be a superstar. Like, is Brock Purdy a superstar, Graham? I'm just trying to gauge. I'm trying to gauge your level of superstardom. What you think a superstar is. This might lean us back into, who would you rather have? The man curse is a real thing. Go Bears, though. All day. Shout out to Biggie. Shout out to the chat pack, man. Before I talk about the Padres and this Yu Darvish thing, let me holler at the chat pack. Shout out to Tito. Shout out to Sandra Bullock. Shout out to Mika. James Newell. JD. Graham. Ask Technology. Excuseless. Positive Coach. Ava Bot. Both versions of Ava Bot. B. Thompson. Affy. I love when people participate. WVC. I love it when you guys come in here. This is great. This is what makes the show. This is how I don't know who this AI view streambo.com person is, but they be in here every day trying to get me to do something on Twitch, I think. I don't know. So yeah. Affy. Affy says you see the Bus brothers are part of the ownership. Yeah, I saw that, bro. But like I said, they could work in accounting. They bought 5% of the team. They could work in the accounting department. Yeah, keep them away from player development. That's all. It is a JD. It's pretty much a nothing burger. It's just a way for these guys to diversify their portfolio. I think because of the new ownership that you have, the energy you have with this ownership, I think you're going to see a lot of known names start tapping into this. I think you're going to start seeing because you know how at one point, I think it was the women's soccer team where every female you ever heard of owned a piece of that team. I think it's going to be the Padres. I think what Feliciano and what Kwanzaa are going to do to this organization, how they're going to become so front-facing in the sport of baseball, you're going to have, like Beyonce might buy a piece of the Padres. Not because she gives a shit about baseball, because there's a positive black woman at the forefront of the organization. And black people, don't be surprised if Oprah buys a piece of the Padres. Not because she gives a shit about the Padres, but because there's a black woman at the forefront of the organization, and rich black women tend to support other rich black women. So, yeah. Affy says, nah, I think Feliciano bought them because there's real beef with Mark Walter. Ain't no beef when you ain't got no money, dog. Ain't no beef when your money ain't real. James Newell says, at this point, do the Padres actually want Darvish to throw meaningful innings this season? What they have going now is working in a bullpen is loaded. Let's talk about this. So Yu Darvish yesterday at 5:59 posted this, and it's got 4 million views. This is a translation from Japanese, so please forgive me if I get any of this wrong. I turned 40 the other day. To everyone who sent me messages, thank you so much. I have been quietly continuing my rehab for my right elbow surgery I had last year. Thanks to the Padres and team staff who support me, even though I'm not traveling with the team, I've been able to get to the point where I can resume pitching from a mound. This is a video of my second bullpen session, and so far things are going smoothly. Sorry for the poor video quality. Such a nice guy. Look, let me just. Yu Darvish seems like a good guy. And at this point in Yu Darvish's career, I think he had some family issues a couple years ago where he was absent from the team that wouldn't take care of a family member. Don't know if it was his brother or whomever it was. The point being, I don't anticipate seeing him in a Padres uniform pitching this season. I think Yu Darvish is done playing high-level baseball. I think if we do see Yu Darvish again, it'll be in a ceremonial aspect as to, hey, man, look, I'm an honorable guy. I respect that you guys gave me all this money. I'm going to do the best I can to contribute to this team in any way that I can. And then by doing that, if you guys want me to come out the bullpen during the postseason, I will. If you want me to do some spot starts when I'm healthy and I can, I will. But I don't think we're going to see him again, period. I really think Yu Darvish's career has really come to an end. I'm happy that physically he's healthy and recovering from the surgery because, like I said, he is a nice guy. He seems to be a good man, and we need a lot more of those in sports. Honorable what he's doing by honoring his contract and not just retiring on him dead, trying to get back to pitching shape and pitching ability. But as Excuseless said, we'll get Darvish before we get Musgrove. I don't think we're getting either. I don't even think we're getting Nick Pivetta. If we get anything from Joe Musgrove this year, and the Padres pitching staff, as of the last couple of weeks, has been great. This series, which they didn't win against the Pirates, but the pitching was fantastic. The scoring wasn't there, but the pitching was fantastic. 3 runs yesterday. By the way, the only team that's been shut out more than the Padres, I think it's the Pirates, the Reds, and then the Padres of teams who've been shut out the most this season. The Pirates are the most. And they got shut out again yesterday by the Padres. It was good to see Jackson Merrill get an RBI. But look, man, I don't think we're going to see Yu Darvish. I honestly don't think we're going to see Joe Musgrove do anything meaningful. I think there's a lot of money on the line for Nick Pivetta. So I think we're going to see Nick Pivetta. I don't know if he's going to storm off after we see him, but we're going to see Nick Pivetta at some point during the year because there's a lot of money on the line for him. He's got to get out there for financial reasons. Arm be damned. But I think that's where we're at. We're going down the stretch, man. Let me double check because I think I know how many games are left, but I'm not 100% sure. There's a lot of preseason football. We'll talk about that tomorrow. These preseason games have been abysmal. They've been so hard to watch. Padres have, 134 games. The Padres have 28 games left. They're 72 and 62. They're a game ahead of the Diamondbacks. So it's now basically the Padres and the Diamondbacks for this last spot because the Marlins are 4 games out, and they'd have to jump 3 teams. St. Louis 6 games out. Pirates are 7.5 games out. So this will probably come down to the Diamondbacks and the Padres. So there's your race. We have our person who we're racing against, people. So we'll see. We'll see, man. Again, I don't think we're going to get Musgrove. I don't think we're going to get you, Darvish. I think we're going to get Nick Pivetta for financial reasons. I don't think the Padres are going to catch the Phillies. I don't think the Phillies are 2 games ahead. And I think the Phillies are playing very good baseball right now. I don't think the Padres will catch the Phillies. So I eliminated the Phillies. I think it's between the Padres and the Diamondbacks, because also in that situation, you play them again. So there's a way to eliminate the person behind you and really kind of cancel them out head to head. Because that's going to be a big series at the end of the year. I think that Diamondbacks-Padres game at the end of the year, I think that thing is going to be fire. That's going to be the first play. That might be the first playoff series. The 3-gamer at the end of the season against the Diamondbacks. Check out these postseason games. I will talk about the preseason football tomorrow. You got Pittsburgh, Buffalo tonight. You got Cleveland, New England tonight. It's in Cleveland, so this whole Deshaun Watson thing is the boos are gonna be rough tonight. You got Vegas against San Francisco, so we get to see some more Mendoza. And you got the Rams and the Chargers playing tonight, too. Charger home game, so we'll see how it goes. We'll have a lot to talk about tomorrow. And also, Comedy for a Cause. Comedy for a Cause tonight, 6 o'clock. I'm performing for a good cause. We're building houses in Mexico for the unfortunate. Come on now. Help your boy out. Buy a ticket. If you can't show up, just donate, man. Comedy for a Cause. Hit my Instagram if you can't find it. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Subscribe to the John Browner podcast on YouTube and download the podcast on iTunes. I know I don't look like him. Just go subscribe.